First things first, I moved. Boom. It's green. Everything's green. Love it. So I tried out, what was it, 1, 2, 3, 4 different environmental duplicates menstrual tools. So if you are familiar with me, you know that I use Natural Care pads. I'm a pad gal. I prefer pads. Natural Care tampons I tried out, so this is the box for that. These brands are basically the most similar thing you can get to like Tampax or Always, because they are still a tampon and a pad, but they are made with, I think, 100% cotton, like organic cotton. Yep, perfume free, chlorine free, biodegradable. So the idea that they're organic means that they're ethically sourced and they're not kind of like mass produced in that sense, but also because it is literally just cotton, it can degrade a lot easier and quicker than like an Always pad would. In terms of healthcare, it's better to have like 100% organic. There's no bleach going on, there's no other kind of, there's no other bits going on, you know, and especially in terms of tampon, that's so much better for you because they're not the most hygienic and they're not the most best for your little insides, you know. So I also tried out these reusable pads, and I also tried out a moon cup or a menstrual cup. So I got the moon cup because that was just the first brand I ever heard of menstrual cups, so that's what I got. So I tried two kind of inward like blood suctions, not suctions, gosh, blood captures, yes, and two like panty lining blood capturing tools. I'm going to be ranking them in terms of comfort, in terms of how absorbent they are, in terms of how discreet they are, and if they're worth the money or if it's too expensive to like be a decent duplicate. Quick tip for periods, because you might be young, you might have just had your first period or something like that. Drink lots of water, because that makes your cramps slightly less intense, but also helps your period end quicker because you're kind of thin. I mean, I think the theory is that you're kind of thinning the blood more, or like increasing the blood flow by drinking more water. But anyways, it tried and tested, it works. Let's start off with the reusable pads, because these are the ones I was most interested about and scared to try. So I don't even know what brand this is, but it came in this cute box, especially for you. And inside, I've already opened it, but it was all like plastic wrap, and they come with this little bag. Everything in this bag, how many are there? So I've used 2 already, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pads it comes with, and they're all different patterns and stuff. This one's little boats, little dots, yeah. So there's lots of different patterns, which I guess is it's quite like a cute, like, you know, like makes you feel like happy even when you're in your period. Obviously this is shot in the future to the rest of the video. I'm a prize idiot. If you want to share in this little horrific story that I did, so I tried out these reusable sanitary pads, okay, and I did this whole review on them and I hated them and I thought they were really, really awful. Well, as I was making the thumbnail for this video, it turned out for some reason I was using them wrong. So I've re-trialed these out using them the right way. And I thought this is like you clip. Like, this is made of like fuzzy felt teddy fabric, right? So I thought that was what went on your underwear, because that would stick, it wouldn't slip, because this side's quite slippery. And I thought this is like proper fabric-y fabric, you know, whereas this is more like waterproof fabric. And I thought from that logic and the no instructions in this package that this was the side that like faces up and that collects the blood. Get your favourite fabric, alright? Put it around your underwear like so, like it's a sticky pad with wings. Pop it up. Now this is pretty sturdy, this ain't coming undone. And although this is quite slippery, it does stick to your underwear like pretty well, like it doesn't move. And considering it's quite like a long pad, normally I find like the bigger pads move more, but this has actually been okay. Okay, I put it on as a nighttime pad and I really, really like them. And that's why I felt like such a prize idiot. I'm so glad I did not publish that video the way it was. It's so much more absorbent this way round. Again, they are thick, so they did have the potential to be very, very absorbent. They're comfortable. This is very, very comfortable against your skin. I thought this would be really, really sweaty, and especially because I wore it as an overnight pad, I haven't actually been sweating. That they are very, very, very bulky. Like you can see it if you're wearing something tight. So I wouldn't wear these out. I wouldn't feel like safe or comfortable to wear these out, because they are that kind of like cushiony, like cozy fabric that like I just wouldn't feel like, it just feels like pajamas almost. So yeah, I wouldn't feel comfortable wearing them out, but that's just my personal preference. You're ready to change. Here you go. Undo the poppers. Very secure. Undo the poppers and you can fold it back up. Okay, and this is nice and secure, and you can pop it in the bag that they provide, zip it up and take it home and wash it. Okay, I think probably you can squeeze about 4 in here. It's very, very slippery, very, very like water resistant. Like I would make a raincoat out of this fabric. So you do know that like when you put stuff in here, like it is going to be secure and it's not going to then leak out into your bag. You just might get some staining on here, but it also kind of gives you that security for the actual pad. So like if you do bleed through, although it is quite thick, like there's always a possibility to bleed through, you know, like our periods change all the time depending on what we eat, depending on our hormones and our activity, and you know, our flow always changes. So it is quite nice to know that like worst case scenario, you bleed through all of this, that it will sit kind of like in this fabric and it won't like bleed through your knickers and things like that, which you don't get with like a normal kind of cotton, like even the cotton natural care pad or like an always pad. You don't get that. So I think that is like a very nice, like they're nicely made, and like my review has literally gone like complete 180 now that I'm using them right. Like I live with my mum and she doesn't want me to put these in the dishwasher. Gosh, that would be disgusting. She doesn't want me to put these in the washing machine, which I fully understand. So I hand wash these in the sink, and where I have been wearing them only at night time, like I wake up and when I change in the morning, I'll wash it in my like bathroom sink then. And honestly, I've just been using some hand soap on it and just like kind of scrubbing the stains out and like just leaving them to air dry. And they've been actually like all the staining is gone, which is really, really good. And like even when they dry after being like wet and with soap, like the teddy fabric has stayed pretty like soft and things like that. So I think they will definitely stand like a good test of time. I don't think it's that crazily much good for the environment, because like the natural care pad degrades in, or like biodegrades in 3 to 5 months, whereas like something that's got polyester in it will take 5 years minimum. Do you know what I mean? And I know there's obviously going to be a lot more cotton natural care pads that I use, but then they will kind of, the turnaround time is a lot quicker for them as opposed to like 10 of these my whole lifetime. And again, as I mature, like I'll probably want like different fabrics. I'll probably just want some plain ones, and things like that. And they'll probably just kind of, you know, that you're going to have lazy days where you don't want to clean them as thoroughly, and some of them you are going to have to chuck out. So I don't really have a ranking number for if it's worth the money or environmentally. It's kind of just down to you. And I mean, like if I was watching this video, I probably wouldn't purchase these, and maybe I'd be interested in the comfortability factor for like bedtime, but that would be it. But yeah, I think that's all I've got to say on these for the minute, and I will, you know, jump to the previous footage and continue on the rest of the video. Okay, next we're going to talk about the cup. So I don't actually have mine to bloody show, but you can get these absolutely anywhere. I got all of these off Amazon actually. So yeah, I got mine off Amazon, and there's so many different brands, and basically it's just like a silicone cup. Wash it in boiling water and it washes very, very well. Like there's no staining in it whatsoever, which is really, really nice. And there's no kind of absorption aspect, because it's just literally collecting the blood, and then you just like tip it out, like wash it with some water quickly and then put it back in. So it's not like you even need to take anything with you when you go to the bathroom apart from maybe some water. And obviously it goes like in, so it's probably the most discreet thing I could think of ever. But like it's such a good idea, because you don't have to take anything with you when you go to the bathroom. You have to take your bag, because that's just awkward sometimes. I find that awkward. And you don't have to like buy lots of it. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to keep going to the shop. You just literally grab it from your bathroom or like wherever you keep it. It's not something where it's like, oh, I need to add these to the list because I'm due on soon. It's like, I already have it and it's fine. In terms of using them, I got a little bit scarred because the design of them, you get them in different sizes obviously to fit you and your flow need.
I can't help it if I've got a heavy flow and a wide set vagina.
Basically it's got little holes, like tiny like pinholes throughout like the edge of the cup, and that kind of creates like a suction to you. And it's also good as well because it literally like collects the blood, so when it's in you it's not like unhygienic because it's not like absorbing it and then like staying in you like against your walls and everything, which is like unhygienic with a tampon. Like it's just collecting, and then yeah, and there's obviously the silicone, so it's all just, it just feels more like flowy, you know, it just feels more like just natural and like working with your body. Kind of like screw it up to like be able to like, or like you fold it to be able to like get it in, and then you kind of like let go and it opens up like a flower. And then there's like a little like bit at the bottom, I'm explaining this so badly. Picture, okay, there's that bit at the bottom, right? And that you kind of like, you should be able to like get your fingers up to like pinch that, and then it will kind of, the suction will release and you're able to pull it out from the little stem. And you trim the stem according to how like big your cervix is, but I trimmed mine a bit too much and I got scared because I was like, I couldn't get it out, and I was on the toilet and I was pushing to try and like find this, and I got scared. So basically I do need to order a new one anyways because I trimmed it too much and I couldn't get it out. So in terms of comfort, I'd give it 5 out of 5 because it was, actually no, I'll give it a 4 out of 5 because I still haven't mastered it, but like the few times that I did have it like all in the right place, the suction was good and everything like that, you didn't feel it at all, and it just felt nice. Like, do you know what I mean? It wasn't like, I don't even know how to explain it, but it was just nice. And it was, obviously there's suction around it, so it's not like a tampon where like it will just get too much, like too full up of blood, and then it will just start to like pour down if like that's full up. Like it's a suction cup, so it will just fill up, and if the cup's full it will just continue up like into you. Environmental aspect, I'd say like complete 5 out of 5. I mean, I guess the idea is to use that same one for the rest of your life. Obviously you might have to size up when you have kids, if you have kids, or like as your body changes, but I would happily say I'd feel confident to use the same one for my whole life because it is very, very cleanable, it's hygienic, and yeah, just as long as like my size doesn't change, you're all good for that. But I feel like by the time I'm off the popper, like there'll be ways to like recycle silicone or like reuse silicone, and obviously you can clean it perfectly beforehand, so it definitely will be a like hygienic way of recycling that material. Okay, so next one we're going to do is another panty liner one, is the Natural Care, which I love these because they are just as good as an always pad, but I think they're better because they don't get like the like stinky like thing happen to it, and they're just like, I love the fact that they're not bleached, because I don't know, I'd always get anxious about it, like having someone bleach near me, you know, area. And yeah, and you can get them in, I always get wings, and you can get them in different absorptions, so like absorption 5 out of 5 completely. I just really like them. So this is one, they come in this like paper bag, so you can definitely recycle this, which is great. And then there's the wings, so you just open it and obviously take this sticker off, and this sticks to your panty liner, your panties, underwear, and then just put the wings round. So it proper sticks to you. So in terms of like discreetness and like comfortability, I'd give it a 5 out of 5. Yeah, I really like it, and I like to know kind of how heavy, like I don't like it when I've got like things up inside me where like I don't really know what's going on, like if I'm gonna overbleed, if I'm not. So I prefer pads for that reason. And yeah, like it's just more comfortable to change, like you know, like as soon as you've like bled quite a bit, you just take it off and change it, and it's not kind of like staying up inside you for too long. I just prefer that a lot more. So that's it. I'm just holding up to the camera now. And yeah, you can get bigger ones, you can get night ones. Oh, I didn't even put my phone on silent then. So So let me pop this little one back. In terms of discreetness, I'd give it a 4 out of 5 or like a 3 because pads are just never that discreet, you know what I mean? Like you have to be, it's always that kind of like, can you check me? And it's like, you're checking for blood and you're checking whether you can see the pad. So I wouldn't say they're that discreet, but again, that's just because it is a pad and they're a million times more discreet than these things are. So yeah, in terms of worth the money, I'd say yeah. They're slightly more expensive than an always pad because I don't think they sell them in like widely known supermarkets yet, so you have to order them. I've said this before, like it's definitely worth ordering something because, you know, like the supermarkets follow our demand, and if we keep outsourcing like more environmental products, they're gonna eventually get more environmental products in your local supermarket. So I think it's worth like ordering because soon they will be in supermarkets, and I don't even know if these already are. I think it's ℐ𝛼𝕤𝓼𝓮 sells this brand, which is like a health food shop in the UK. In terms of environmental, I guess they're not the best. Like they're not, like nothing is gonna be a menstrual cup in terms of environmental, I think, because these are probably the worst actually in this whole video because they're bigger than a tampon and they have to biodegrade. Like they have to degrade, and that takes time. Like it takes time. Yeah, there's no plastic in it, but like it still takes time. Do you know what I mean? It's not like you're using less of them like in a reusable one or the moon cup. Like you're using the same amount, it just in a kind of fabric or kind of material that is quicker degraded and more kind of organically, environmentally sourced. So it's not the best for the environment, but it's better than an always pad. Last but not least is the Natural Care tampons. So I did not realise how cheap these were. I ordered a fuck ton basically, and I have loads and loads and loads of these. I have never tried out this kind of tampon before, and it actually scares me, and my camera's gonna overheat in a second, so I need to turn it off for a bit. Hold on. Gosh, oh my, it's like dark now. What? Okay, no, it's fine. I just went to the loo, took a little loo break, and I've been talking about periods for such a long time. I thought I was on my period, and I'm not. And I was like, you know, like you wipe in a different way when you're on your period, and I was like, there's no blood. Anyways, okay, yes, so Natural Care. This is the tampons that they come in, which I guess is good because the plastic applicator is like a no-no. I get it. I'm gonna have to get up inside me to put this in though, aren't I? And then, you know what? I did, and it was fine. And you know what? Because I was scared, I was like, I ain't gonna be able to like get that far in for it to like not feel uncomfortable, you know? But I did it first go so easily, and I was like, oh, it's in there, like I can't feel it. And that was great, and the absorption was great. Like I mean, is this super, no, that's the wrong one. This is a super, okay, that makes sense. These are super absorbent. There's a plastic wrap around it. Obviously try and recycle that if like your local recycling centre or council does recycle that kind of plastic. You're not meant to flush them. You put them in the bin, like the bin. I need to start doing that because I don't do that. Ooh. Even in terms of discreetness of like taking it to the toilet with you, like so much better. So I really do like these. I've got literally probably like 200 of these. There's 20 in a box, and I've got like loads of boxes. So I will be using these probably for the rest of the year. I've got to go to the dentist, and I'm very extra cautious of time, and I feel like this video is really, really boring and wasn't how I wanted it to go. I had like big plans for this video, and I'm like, you know, it's not that good. But let's rate the blimmin' Natural Care tampons. Okay, in terms of comfort, 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, 6 out of 10, no, 6 out of 5, 11 out of 10 is what I meant to say. Complete, couldn't even feel it was there. And obviously it wasn't like the moon cup where you have to kind of put it in the right place and then like wiggle a little bit and like clench a little bit. Like I literally just like popped it up and it was fine since that. So definitely 5 out of 5 for comfort. Again, my opinion makes completely no bearing on what decision you should make. That was just kind of me describing how I, you know, went through the process. We can't help this. We can't, and we have to deal with it, and it's important to keep talking about environmental it's important to keep talking about environmental aspects of it because it's just being responsible and being cool and like, you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, I'm gonna end the video here now, and I'll talk to you later. But yeah, I hope you like the new setup. Let me know if the lighting's horrid or if anything about it is horrid. I sat here for about 10 minutes staring at the viewfinder being like, I don't like it, I don't like it, I don't like it. And yeah, thank you for getting this far into the video. Like, no, hardly any people watch this far into my video. You do. And that's why I love ya. I love ya. Yeah, let's have a little bit of drink of water because I've been talking about periods so long my mouth has gone dry. I'll link this bottle below if you want it. It's like just under 4 litres. And also I'll link this shade below because I get so many Instagram DMs saying that they want to know what shade this is, and I tested like millions of greens and this is the one I found. But yeah, I love you so much. I'm going to put a jumper on and go to the dentist. Bye!